Why is it that the people who hurt us the most are often the ones we can't seem to let go of? You know what I mean. The ex who made you feel small, but you still checked your phone hoping they'd text. The friend who drained your energy, but you always forgave. The family member who criticized you, yet deep down, you still crave their approval. Here's the shocking part. Our brains are actually wired to confuse toxicity with love. And until we understand that, we keep running back to the same pain over and over again. Stick with me, because later in this video, I'm going to share the big reason why toxic relationships feel so addictive and the exact steps you can take to finally break free. Let's be real. Most of us don't wake up one day and say, I want to fall for someone who treats me badly. Nobody signs up for heartbreak. And yet, so many of us find ourselves drawn to relationships, romantic, friendships, even work environments that drain us, disrespect us, or keep us stuck in cycles of pain. And the worst part, we often blame ourselves. We think, maybe I'm just weak. Maybe I just can't move on. But what if it's not weakness? What if it's wiring? Today, we're going to dig deep into why we get attached to toxic people, why it's so hard to break free, and how you can finally stop repeating that same exhausting cycle. So if you've ever wondered why you keep loving people who don't love you back the right way, this conversation is for you. Part 1. The Seduction of Toxicity. Think about the beginning of every toxic relationship. It rarely starts ugly. No, it usually starts with intensity. The grand gestures, the constant texts, the feeling of being seen like never before. Psychologists call this love bombing. It's like emotional fireworks. You get hooked on the high. But here's the dangerous part. The same person who gives you the high also gives you the low. They withdraw, criticize, or ghost. And now, instead of walking away, your brain starts chasing the next high. It's like being at a slot machine. You don't win every time, but the chance that you might is what keeps you pulling the lever. Toxic love works the same way. Maybe you felt this too. That confusing mix of pain and pleasure that makes leaving feel harder than staying. Part 2. The psychology of why we stay. So why do our brains get trapped in this cycle? Here's one reason. Dopamine. It's the neurotransmitter linked to pleasure and reward. Toxic people give affection unpredictably, and our brains light up chasing that unpredictable reward. Another reason are attachment styles. If you grew up with inconsistent love, sometimes nurtured, sometimes ignored, your nervous system may now mistake inconsistency for passion. It feels familiar, even though it's painful. And let's be honest, deep down, part of us thinks we can fix them. We hold on to the hope that if we love them enough, they'll change. But here's the truth. Toxic relationships aren't healed by more sacrifice. They're healed by boundaries. But here's where it gets even more dangerous. The cycle doesn't just hurt your heart. It actually rewires your brain. We'll get to that in a moment. Part 3. The brain rewiring. Research shows that toxic relationships activate the same parts of the brain as addiction. That's why when you try to leave, you experience withdrawal, anxiety, loneliness, even physical pain. It's not just in your head. Your brain is literally craving the person who hurts you. That's why logic doesn't always work. You could know someone is bad for you, but still feel like you can't breathe without them. This is why so many people relapse, going back to the same toxic ex, the same manipulative friend, the same unhealthy pattern. It's not stupidity, it's biology. And once you see that, once you understand it's an addiction, you can finally stop beating yourself up and start healing with compassion. Part 4. The emotional roots. Let's go even deeper, because this isn't just about brain chemistry. It's also about old wounds. If you've ever stayed with someone toxic, chances are it wasn't just about them. It was about you trying to heal something inside yourself. Maybe you were trying to prove your worth. Maybe you were chasing the love you didn't get as a child. Maybe you were afraid of being alone because loneliness felt like abandonment. That's why toxic relationships feel so powerful. They're not just relationships, they're mirrors of our oldest fears and unmet needs. But here's the good news. Once you recognize that, you can stop seeing toxic love as fate and start seeing it as a wound calling for healing. Part 5, Breaking the Cycle. Okay, so let's talk solutions. How do you actually break free? Awareness. Stop romanticizing the highs and see the full picture. Write down the moments that hurt. Read them when you're tempted to go back. Detox. Just like with any addiction, you need distance. Block, mute, unfollow. Your brain needs time away to heal. Heal the roots. Therapy, journaling, support groups, dig into why you're drawn to toxicity. Heal the parts of you that confuse pain with love. Rewrite your definition of love. Healthy love is not chaos. It's not unpredictable. It's consistent, safe, respectful. It might not feel like fireworks at first, but it will feel like peace. Surround yourself with healthier connections. The more you experience safe love from friends, mentors, even yourself, the more your nervous system starts to recognize it as the new normal. And here's the big insight I promised earlier. We don't love toxic people because they're special. We love them because they activate old wounds and familiar patterns. But when we heal those wounds, we stop being drawn to toxicity altogether. That's when freedom begins. Think about this. The cycle of toxic love isn't just about them. It's about what you believe you deserve. If you've ever stayed in a relationship that made you question your worth, hear me on this. You are not unworthy. You are not broken. Toxic love is not a reflection of who you are. It's a reflection of what you've been taught to accept. And once you see that clearly, you get to choose differently. Imagine living in relationships where you don't have to beg for attention, where love isn't a guessing game, where peace replaces chaos. That's possible, but only when you break the cycle. So, why do we love toxic people? Because our brains confuse chaos with love, because our wounds mistake intensity for intimacy, because addiction feels like passion. But here's the truth worth holding on to. You don't have to stay stuck in that pattern. You can heal. You can choose peace over pain. You can redefine love, starting with the way you love yourself. If this connected with you, don't stop here. Please share with friends. This video might help them. And remember, you deserve a love that feels like safety, not survival.